right, I'm gonna try to get a little bit of, so you can see the area. 20 miles straight up a mountain. And I get up here and of course there's no signal at all. I had to come up in third gear, 25 miles an hour. But it's beautiful up here. But I mean, it is totally, yeah. So I gotta come back down because I have the meeting today. So, here we go. We're gonna go through the campground here just to take a look-see. This is the Anthony Lake, and it says it's 20 miles from the freeway. Yeah, straight up a mountain. They don't tell you that. They just tell you it's 20 miles. Okay, so let's see what it says here. Says fee required, and well, does it say? Oh. Site. Okay. I'm waiting for this guy to turn around. Got a day use area, and then they have going down here. We'll go up here a little bit more and then see if we can turn around. Nice, it's all in the, there's the camp host. Now I turned off my AC coming up here because it is literally 20 miles straight up. A boat ramp. Okay, it's another part of the thing here. We'll go on up here. Okay, I'll see if I can see what it says here. Okay, RV is $14 a night. So that means they have that it's all without electric. Nice, and I would stay here if I didn't have to do the Hodiga time today. Or Hogali, it's Hogali today. So since I've got Hogali today, I can't stay here. But that's what happens if you have a commitment, you know, that the commitment comes first. So it's beautiful up here though. If I didn't have those commitments and I could just stay out here, I would stay out here for a few days for sure. But Boy, they got a setup, huh? They got a lot of stuff out there. See, now those are nice places. I like when you can back up and you're in the trees and stuff, but anyway. We're on our way out because, oh, there's a yurt. Nice. Very cool. They've got a yurt here. Man, they really had to park tight to get that in there. Oh yeah, doggy. Yeah, you couldn't get in here with a big unit. These are all smaller places for sure. Okay, so we are back at the front. Out we go, because I've got to get back down to where I can get a signal for tonight's show. Now coming up, I did see some places where the land was slipping a bit. Now I'll show you when I get to a place, maybe you can see it. I'll show you how you can tell. Okay. Soon you'll see we're going straight down. Which means I could turn on my AC again. I turned it off coming up here because that is really a steep climb. Well, I am so sorry they don't have any but you know, most of the state parks I've been to, they are not having any signals. So it's just really depressing. We'll see how long it takes to get back down here. I'm going to turn on the AC a little. Now that we're mostly going down, I don't have to worry about the engine. Now, I've never had it overheat, but coming up here, it usually runs cold, this engine, but it was a little bit up past the midpoint, which is really unusual. So that means it is really, really steep. I'm looking to see if I see a place here where the land is slipping. See so much on this side. Oh, there's one tree. Those two trees, if you see the tree curving, they're growing curving, then that land is slipping. So that's something you want to look for. If you have a steep hill and the trees are growing kind of curved up, they have a bend toward the bottom, that means that hill is slipping. There's one that's growing like that. That land is slipping there. So if it is, you're coming up and it's going to be heavy rain or that when that gets really wet, that you could have a landslide there. So I'm going to put this down in second gear because this is steep going down here. You can see we're picking up speed already in second gear. I'm up to 40 miles per hour. So I'm going to back it down a bit. We've got rain coming in. But I hope you enjoy the ride down here. It is beautiful, all these trees, and so for people that aren't in this type of environment, you know, enjoy the ride down. That one's really grown, so that hill has been slipping. Yeah. Those are things you want to keep your eye out for. Now, I know up here they've got to have bears. They have to have a lot of bears because this is like way up the mountain. It's a bit distressing not to be able to stay out here, but it was beautiful coming up, and when we get down to the bottom of the hill, you'll see it's dry down there, which I was surprised because, well, I've never been to this side of Oregon. I'm usually on the west coast side where it's green everywhere, but over here it's not. Unless you climb the mountain. Oh, that smells good. They had a little bit of rain here and you can smell the pine trees. I wish we had smell-o-vision with this recording. Reminds me when I got out of the military. I don't know how I wound up in Washington. But there was another girl, she had been mustered out because she was gay. Okay? And they found out she was gay and they kicked her out of the military. Well, we were both sent home at the same time. I wasn't gay, I was, you know, pregnant. I was pregnant with my son. So they sent me home, and she invited me over to her house, and I had never been to Washington, and it's a lot like this, where her family lived. It was out in the woods like this. It was beautiful. And I just remember that scent of pines like it is here coming down this trail with the wet, you know. Yeah. So refreshing. You know, it's funny how sometimes a scent or just something will trigger a vibration that reminds you of something. It's raining here. Rain is coming down. I better put this window up. I gotta move this for a second, excuse me. So I gotta put these windows up because we have rain coming down. Sorry about that. Those are big rain and catch it. There's a limit. roads. That's what you have to watch for. So that's the time to really use caution as well. Because 16-wheelers have air brakes. You pump the brakes, you get air in them, and then they heat up, and that's when you smell the brakes heating. No, you want to keep your foot on the brake going down the hill so you don't get air in there and cause the brakes to heat up and catch on fire. Those are some driving trips if you're doing a 16-wheeler. See, there's more grasslands there. Still have some trees. When I get back out to the freeway, the trees are gone. You just have this grassland. And what's interesting too is going through Idaho, I can smell the potatoes and you can smell the corn where it's growing, so that's always fun. Dairy farm. Saw the Jersey cows out there. And pretty soon down here I'll have to turn off the video because it is a gravel graded road. So, yeah, I think this is it. This is the way I came in. So you definitely don't want this on during that graded gravel road because it is like, I've got to take it really slow. It's like driving on a washboard. Looks like they have bees out there. But yeah, those mountains back there is what we just came down. and it was a steep climb going up. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on